out what happened. So my auntie don't call me saying that she needed $133 to pay her light bill. So she called the church, and the church told her that they needed to figure out why she was behind on her bills, where was her money, they add up her bills and yada yada yada, and what she spending her money on, this and that. I said, do what? She said, yeah. She said, so I just said, Lord, I'll let the Lord deal with it. But baby king, so I went on over there and we went and paid a light bill. But in the process, I said, can we call your pastor, your deacon, or whoever? She said, well, we could go by there right up the street. They over there having a meeting. They having a business meeting. I said, right on time, because we here for business. So when we got there, she said, baby, don't go in there talking bad in front of the church house. Now, don't you go.
So what she's saying is her grandma, right, was going to a church and was paying her offerings and her tithes faithfully and to help keep the bills going. But when she needed money, the church could not give her no offerings or tithes. I thought that's what the church is for. Like back in the day. Wasn't that what they was for?
I think it was more of to help the community, not to pay the bill, but if one of your members in trouble, I would think that's what the church would help with, you know, especially with something that's like a light bill, that they would help out, especially if they was a faithful tither and give their offerings all the time. I would think that they would help, but no, it's not really what it was for. You really supposed to give stuff to go towards like a pantry and stuff, I believe. Like
that's what your tithes and offering for?
Stuff like that to help the community out in that way. But
so the tithes and offering is to help the community out.
Yeah.
So what pays the bills at the church?
The tithes and offerings too. Yeah, but I'm just saying it's supposed to go towards stuff like that too.
So if a member of the church who's paying into the tithes and offering needed money for the light bill, then that's what the tithes and offerings can do. It can go in towards that and pay it, right?
If the church really wanted to. Yeah, they could.
I would think that if you had a church, you would set money aside just for situations like that. Like if you get, because everybody ain't going to be in need all the time. Well, yeah, he is. But like the same person ain't going to need to have their light bill paid every single month. It could be they lost their job temporarily. The unemployment didn't kick in yet, you know, so they may need money for that month to pay the light bill until that check comes or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, they should set money aside. That's what the tithes and offering should be, right?
Yeah, I think it should be. But I think the church is more worried about her going to tell Sister Ethel that the church helped her with a light bill. Then they got all these people coming because they just refused to pay their light bill. Now their lights out. So now somebody else coming to ask for get their bill paid. I think that's more what they probably worrying about with that. Like, you know, the people.
So you have a gift. You can see both sides of it. Where I'm just like, yo, that's kind of grimy.
I think it is grimy. I think it is. I agree with you.
Yeah, but you can see both sides. Like you said, everybody from the church should come over there talking about, I need help with the light bill. But if everybody from the church paid into the tithes and offering, you know, then that's their money too. If it's their church, right? Because they say that your church home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Grandma should have went over there to the church and got it. Especially she been paying her tithes and her offerings
faithfully, and she elderly. Why would you want?
I ain't gonna say nothing bad. I said, but everything I'm gonna say, I said it's gonna be facts. So I went in there. I said, hey, I said, how y'all doing? I said, thank God, you know, whatever. And everybody get up. Hey, sister, I ain't no time, whatever. I said, listen. I said, I wanted to ask y'all a question. I said, not that she didn't get it paid. I said, because she did. I said, but my question is, why is it was such an issue with helping her pay a bill whenever she's always paying a light bill, water bill, cable bill, buying your kids clothes, paying life insurance, doctor's appointments, house mortgages, taking y'all on trips, whatever the case may be. Y'all like to eat, buying fancy clothes, and whatever it is. I said, not one time has she asked y'all for a bill of sale, a receipt, or anything else y'all got going on with y'all money. I said, this woman pays her tithe every Sunday. She pays offering whenever she can. I said, not only that, she's here doing something with this church every time you turn around. And she's never in her life, out of 75 years, asked this church for anything. And now when she asks y'all for one little
Hold up. Time's out one more time. What? Maybe more. So when the church, they get the tithes and offering, do they have like a ledger book so the congregation could know what was brought in the church?
Yes.
And what was paid out of the church?
They do.
They do? Mm-hmm. So any member of the church can go into that ledger book and see like, okay, we brought in $8,000 this week. Of that $8,000, $1,200 was paid towards the food pantry. $135 went to Sister Ethel or whatever.
Yeah,
they got a ledger.
They
book
have
like
a ledger
that?
book,
and the congregation can see it at any time.
I don't think the congregation has access to it like that, but they do have a ledger book like that. And I also do believe that the pastor is not allowed to mess with the financial part. He has to be separate from that. So they got a special person, somebody in the finance department to deal with all that, because the pastor is not supposed to deal with the money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they don't pay taxes.
Churches, no.
No, they don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
So anybody from the church in the congregation can audit it anytime they want to. They can just be like, let me see the ledger book.
They can say it, but will they show it? That's a different thing.
Oh, you don't think they'll show it?
If they got some corrupt stuff on, they ain't. But if they ain't got nothing to hide, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have
Let's
a problem.
call the church up and be like, let me see your ledger book.
They're going to be like, what?
What's the church that's right near us?
The one up the street.
I'm gonna call them and be like, let me see your ledger book.
Like, is your members allowed to see your ledger book?
Hey, how you doing? Deacon Tonus, you said? Okay. Hey, let me ask you a question. If I'm a member of your church and I want to see a ledger book to find out what you're spending the tithes and offerings on, can you tell me? They hung up on me. Well, that answers that question.
Maybe it was a bad connection.
Ain't no bad connection. I got T-Mobile.
You need to know.
I guess she was right.
She's doing with her money. I said, I'm gonna tell you what she's doing with her damn money. Her money coming here. I'm gonna tell you where her money going. It's coming here. Because she too busy trying to keep y'all lights on so she can come and hear the word of the Lord. She too busy keeping y'all food here so that she can break bread on Sunday, when she say on the first Sunday when she had communion. She too busy bringing money here so that y'all kids can wear them fancy ass shoes and them nice clothes that they got on, so that they can take these expensive trips that they going on. And then not only that, she ain't just paying for the deacon and the pastor. She paying for these other uppity members too, who all stick together in a coat. I say, so not one of y'all could have came together. I said, all y'all could have gave $20 a piece. I said, now I ask you one question. I say, each one of y'all, pull your wallet out. I said, when you pull your wallet out, I want you to grab everything that's in your wallet. I said, now guarantee you. I said, if I'm wrong, Lord knows, I pay all y'all light bill for the month. I said, but I guarantee you, y'all got enough money in here to pay her light bill for this month, next month, take her grocery shopping, buy her a coat, buy her a pair of shoes, and maybe even put a down payment on the damn vehicle so that she can get to the place to pay her light bill. I said, it's real sad that y'all will break her doors down. I said, she was sick at home right now. You will send somebody to go take up her tithes. What? I said, she was in the hospital.
They don't do that, do they?
I'm pretty sure there is some churches. I ain't gonna say every church. Every church is not alike, but I'm pretty sure there is some that will come and pick the tithes and offering up from somebody who can't get to church. I'm pretty sure. But they're gonna come with a prayer.
Oh, so wow.
They ain't gonna just come pick the money up. They'll say a prayer. That's
Sister Johnson, let me pray for you. Now give me your tithes and offering. That's what they're gonna do?
Basically. But my thing is, it's like you see so many people on low income and stuff that struggle and give their tithes and offerings faithfully, and then they struggling. That I have a problem with that, and then they don't want to help them. That's just, you see that going on a lot.
Well, maybe they paying too much into the tithes and offering.
It's supposed to be 10%, but remember back there was no money then when that all started. I think it's more of your service. To me, I'm thinking that's what it is. Just service, your time.
Yeah.
Is an offering. Yeah, 10% of your time. Yeah.
Man, people got it all wrong.
You will make sure somebody was over her check so that you can make sure you get your tithe money. I said, if she was in any need of anything, it's a problem. But when y'all
TikTok buffering, they don't want you to hear about this.
need of something, it's urgent, it's a matter. I said, now, let me ask you something. Where is her tithe money going? He said, well, what's going on at the church, and that's why we here having a business meeting, cause we got some funds. I said, cause if y'all got some funds missing, big as this congregation, I said, somebody in the church ain't right. I said, and I think I proved my point by coming in here, letting y'all know how disappointed I am with y'all, because y'all couldn't pay a simple $130 damn light bill. $130 damn light bill. I said, she paid triple that in tithes. I said, oh no, she won't be coming back here no more. No, she won't be back here no more. She won't be back here no more. And as a matter of fact, get the books out. As a matter of fact, get the books out.
She asked to see the ledger books.
And I need y'all to pay that back. I said, because until she find a new church, I said, until she get her stuff together, she don't need money.
They ain't giving her the money back.
No, they ain't.
That money gone.
They was looking at her like she was crazy.
Yeah, because that man just hung up on me. They ain't giving her money back. She asked to see the ledger book. She said, let me see the ledger book. I want to find out how much she paid in tithes.
I bet you they ain't show it.
And that's not even including the offerings.
Yeah.
It's a shame, man.
Because offerings, you can't calculate. They don't calculate the offerings as a per person.
Yeah, because it's a tithe, it's an offering, and then a love offering.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's 3 different collection baskets.
Yeah. A lot of these churches are in business.
It's a business.
A lot of them.
Anytime you go to a church and you got an ATM machine there,
it's a business.
That's a business.
They making sure you can get your tithes and offerings.
Yeah. Anytime your church is in construction and they still opening for service, it's a business. You remember COVID? They was doing church outside.
Yeah.
They collected tithes and offerings. They had church outside. It's a business. But what y'all think? Y'all think the churches is like they used to be back in the day? Back in the days of like what was it? Like the medieval times where the people would go to the church for help, for food and stuff, and the church would feed the whole entire village. It ain't like that no more.
No. I mean, you have some churches. We ain't going out all the churches, but majority of them, you got 10 churches on 3 different blocks right next to each other.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of corrupt ones out there.
And they don't even have parking lots. I mean, that's the part that annoy me. They churches, but they don't even have parking lots. They just be stopping traffic in the middle of the street. Y'all can't be stopping traffic. I gotta go somewhere. Yeah, I don't like that.
That's another topic.
Yeah, but that's the part to be annoying me. I'm like, yo, y'all stopping traffic, and y'all need to get a parking lot. Y'all need to get a parking lot. Take some of these tithes and offerings that you ripping off of people and build yourself a parking lot out back. Getting on my daggone nerves. I got things to do, man, and you want to stop me. Anyway, it's a couple churches that I think is good. That church in Owens Mills. It's a church in Owens Mills, Word to Life. They pretty good. I know that pastor. He
look out for his.
Yeah, he look out for his congregation. He good peoples.
Yeah, because some churches, people be going to the churches.
That's for the only church I can think of.
And then when the person pass away, they still make the family pay for the funeral. Like, that's the craziest thing I ever heard. Yeah.
You said how much a funeral costs? They charge like $800, $900, right?
I can't say how much exactly, but they still charging the family after the family been a long lifetime member.
Yeah, I know. We don't go to church no more. But I know when we did go to church.
Special occasions.
Yeah,
we
special case. But back in the day, over 25 years ago, when we used to go to church, it was every Sunday. Your mother made sure we was at church every Sunday. Mm-hmm. She ain't play that.
Even
she
when we like, late.
Yeah.
Give us the hour when we come in.
Yeah, we was in church every Sunday. And when our daughter passed away, that Pastor Charles E. Smith, I never forget, he didn't charge to do my daughter's funeral. He did that. He ain't asked for no money or nothing. Yeah, that's why, if he called me today tomorrow, I still look out for him, because he not crooked like the rest of the pastors that I know of. Because some of these pastors out here, I'm be like, what?
They riding a Bentley.
Yeah, but I'm sorry that happened to you and your grandma. But y'all did the right thing.
Hold you accountable. Yep.
Yeah, and I hope y'all found a good church. Well, hope your grandmama found a good church home. If you in Owens Mills, go to Words to Life Ministry up on Tollgate Road. They good people. They stand by what they teach. Yeah. So this is just like random stuff that we do. We sit over here and watch TikTok videos and talk about it. So thank y'all for joining in the discussion with us as we watch this unbelievable story of this grandma who paid her tithes and her offerings to this church all these years, and then she needed help for $135. That's less than a pair of tennis shoes.
So, and tune in, because we'll have more topics that's coming up. Just random topics, like Musa said. So just look forward to more to come.